Do you remember your first burger? Not the taste but the feeling. If you grew up in Britain before 1980, that burger had a name. Wimpy. Before McDonald's came to Britain. Before Burger King appeared on every high street. There was only one king of burgers. And today, it has almost vanished. So what happened? How did the brand that built Britain's fast food culture lose Britain itself? There is a single pavement in London where this story begins and ends. 23 years apart. We will come back to it. The man behind Wimpy was not called Wimpy. His name was Edward Vale Goldberg. Born in Chicago in 1907. The son of Russian Jewish immigrants. He shortened his name to Gold, because in business names needed to be simple. In 1934, he opened a small restaurant in Indiana. He called it Wimpy Grill, not after himself, but after a cartoon character, a man who loved hamburgers, and made one famous promise. He would gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today, a promise that never really arrived. By 1947, there were 26 Wimpy locations across America. But then he made an unusual decision. Instead of expanding across the United States, he exported the idea. He licensed the brand overseas. And one of those licenses came to Britain. The company that took it was Lyons and Co, a giant in British catering. They did not just run restaurants. They shaped how Britain ate. Their corner houses were huge, elegant, respectable, places where the middle class went to dine properly. In 1954, they introduced Wimpy to Britain. But there was a problem. Britain did not understand hamburgers. Meals were eaten sitting down, with knives and forks. Food was not held in your hands. That felt foreign. So Lyons did something clever. They did not change the people. They changed the experience. The first Wimpy was not a standalone restaurant. It was placed inside the Coventry Street corner house. A familiar place, with something new inside it. Safe. Trusted. Acceptable. Everything was designed for British comfort. Waitresses. Plates. Cutlery. Even the grill was placed where people could see it. The smell drifted onto the street and pulled people inside. And it worked. By the late 1950s, Wimpy bars were opening everywhere. By 1970, there were more than 1,000 locations across 23 countries. Before McDonald's had even entered Europe, Wimpy was not following the fast food revolution. It was leading it. Walk into a Wimpy in 1972. You smell it first. Beef fat. Onions cooking. Milkshakes running in the background. You sit down. A waitress comes to you. Not fast food. An experience. The menu became unforgettable. The bender in a bun. The brown derby. The Knickerbocker glory. Not just food. Memories. For many people, Wimpy was the first place Britain felt modern. Then in 1974, something small happened. A single restaurant opened in London. The sign said McDonald's. Just one location. Wimpy had thousands. No one thought it mattered. But it did. Because this was not about food. It was about system. At Wimpy, you sit. You order. You wait. Someone serves you. At McDonald's, you walk in. You order. You get your food within seconds. No waitresses. No delays. The difference was not small. It was permanent. By 1977, Wimpy was sold. To a man who understood factories, not restaurants. His name was Hector Lang. His solution was simple. Turn Wimpy into McDonald's. Remove waitresses. Speed up service. Cut costs. On paper it made sense. In reality it removed the identity. Because the table service was the brand. Wimpy stopped being unique and became a weaker version of its competitor. In 1981, something tragic happened. At a Wimpy on Oxford Street, a bomb exploded. A police officer lost his life. For one moment, a place of childhood memories became something else entirely. That is how deeply Wimpy was part of everyday life. In 1989, another company bought Wimpy. They also owned Burger King. They did not want Wimpy. They wanted its locations. Restaurants were converted. Signs were removed. History disappeared. Wimpy did not lose to McDonald's. It was replaced. Now go back to that pavement. Coventry Street. 1954. Wimpy begins. 1970. The building closes. Soon after, Burger King opens. On the same street. Same place. Different story. Today, around 70 Wimpy restaurants remain in the United Kingdom. But in South Africa, more than 450. Still running. Still original. Wimpy did not die. It simply stopped being British. We did not lose it. Because someone made a better burger. We lost it. Because someone decided the land beneath it was more valuable than the brand itself. Close your eyes. It is 1968. The smell is still there. A waitress is walking towards your table. A tall glass in her hand. Open your eyes. It is gone.